Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Conor Benn here down at the Matchroom Gym. Just 9-10 days to go until you take to the ring with Chris Eubank Jr. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, good, mate. Just ready to get in there now and do the business.
We've seen your dad down here, Nigel, in the ring, out the ring. Seems to have been a big part of the camp. What's it been like having him around the camp?
It's been great having him here, man. It's definitely a blessing. It's just a reminder of the blood I've running through my veins.
How involved has he been? Has he been able to give you advice going into this? Has he really taken you back all the years to what we saw many, many years ago?
No, mate, he's just my dad, and he's just here to be part of the journey, man. He's there for just a reminder, man. It's just having him there brings me peace. Having him there is, it's nice to have my dad here with me.
What's the relationship like between him and Tony? We know they got on very well. Is it very much him and Tony get on well as a coaching team?
Yeah, definitely. All my team were united, and my dad's very hands-on with Tony with my career.
We've seen how hard you've been working. We've seen all the programming that's come out about in the lead up to the fight. How hard has this camp been? Has it been the hardest so far?
Yeah, definitely. Every camp's hard. We're constantly working and building, to be the best fighter I can be. So, we push the limits every single camp.
When you look back to the start of your professional career, do you really ever think that this fight would come around, that you'd be stepping in the ring with Chris Eubank Jr.?
Not really. It was such a big fantasy fight for the public. It's sort of such a big fantasy fight that you sort of go, yeah, all right, that never happened. But the thought it's a nice thought. But, I thrive off challenges, and, I wanted to make the fight happen. So, we made the fight happen.
When was the first point that you really thought, you know what, this could happen? Was it when the original negotiations started? Was it a couple of years ago, maybe? Not until like a few weeks ago that I think the fight was actually going to go ahead. Obviously, yeah, we signed and all that, but you never know what comes up in a camp. So as it's approaching now, it's real. Do you still believe that turning up on weigh-in day that Chris Eubank Jr. will make the weight that he says he's going to make? We've seen what he's been doing in his preparations.
I can't say. If he's a man of his word, and he's a man of his word, he'll make the weight.
Do you believe that?
Neither here nor there. I ain't going to lose no sleep over it.
In terms of the weight for yourself, if you were to produce a good performance at this weight, there be any consideration of moving up the weights and testing yourself at other weights, or is it very much blinkers on and looking for the world title?
Who knows what the future holds? World title is the end goal. Irrelevant on what weight it is, the world title is the end goal. So, 154, 147. A world title is the end goal.
Seeing how competitive the weight class is, obviously at your original weight, is there any movement at all, do you think? Or
what do you mean?
In terms of, going up, there's possible, I don't want to say easier fights, but there's other fights to make at other weights.
They're all hard fights. In the world weight division, they're all animals. And it's a matter of inches in the welterweight division.
Some people have said that maybe you and Chris have more in common than you really think. Is that something that you believe? And do you look at Chris and think there is things you have in common?
I ain't really thought about it, to be honest, mate. Yeah, I ain't really thought about it.
Similar journeys, though. You've both had to deal with, obviously, your fathers being in the limelight and those both having fantastic careers. There may be more similarities.
I can't say, mate. Yeah, we've had similar careers because of our dads, but apart from that, that's where that ends, I think.
Just talk to me a little bit about your motivations for taking this fight. I mean, it looked like the world title wasn't that far away, 2-3 fights away maybe. Where did the motivation come for this fight? Is it Family Feud? Is that where we're looking?
I know a list of 4 names. I think Furman, Barrios, Ramirez and Ugas were names that were mentioned to me about trying to make. So, and then Eubank's name was thrown in the mix. that one grew legs very quickly. So here we are.
Is it a case of seeing the Eubank name, immediately thinking, this is the fight I want?
I would have had any of them. You know, they didn't materialise, so Eubanks did. So that was the name out of the bunch that grew legs quickly, as I said.
Do you believe that if you were to win this fight, you could go back and those names would still be on the table and we could see you in the ring with them?
Yeah, of course, why not?
Thank you very much for your time, Conor. Really appreciate it.